Pause. How about that for an intro? Not Tequila by the Champs, but it's I Can't Drive 55.
And it's not Cabo Wabo.
And it's not Cabo Wabo by Sammy, Hagar. So, hi everybody.
Welcome to Tea Time.
Tea Time, another episode. And if you do follow us, you know that we have done celebrity tequilas in the past.
Yep.
And
I'm trying to find something really good. We have found some.
Trying to find something. Yeah, we have actually. Flecha Azul by Mark Wahlberg is pretty good. Some of the others not so good. They get a bad rap because they kind of cut corners and use additives. But we heard about Santo Fino.
Created by the godfather of all celebrity tequilas.
That's it. Sammy Hagar, back in the 90s, decided he was going to compete with Don Julio Patron with his own Cabo Wabo brand, and did very, very well.
Sold it, did some rum for a while, still doing rum, and then decided to come back to tequila, and this time with a partner.
And his partner is the famed chef and foodie, Guy Fieri, and they created this line. Now, we didn't really know about this line until last week. We were at Carlos and Pepe's.
Yep, in Fort Lauderdale.
In Fort Lauderdale on Southeast 17th Street. It's a really nice Mexican restaurant. I highly recommend the scallop fajitas. And we, after dinner, or after lunch, or after we ate, we went to the bar to continue. And that's where we met Karen.
Karen was great.
And Karen, we asked her, what's your go-to? What do you like to drink? She said, well, I like the Santo Fino Blanco. We're like, oh, okay, what's Santo Fino? So at that point, we hadn't known about this brand. And she showed us, and then we realized, oh, okay, it's another celebrity brand, but we learned more about it.
Right.
And as it turns out, and thanks, Karen, for the suggestion, we couldn't find the Blanco, but we did find the Reposado, and this is a special version that they made. We'll talk about that in a second. But what we found is that, Sammy Hagar, on his own, with Van Halen, everything else, and Guy Fieri, they're both, well off, whatever, successful. They don't have to do this. And I really don't think they're doing it for the the sale of it for millions and millions of dollars. I think they're just doing it because they like to do it. So they decided that they wanted to kind of recreate the Cabo Wabo experience, which I understand was a really good tequila made traditionally without additives.
You loved it when it was out.
Yeah, and this Santo Fino is made traditionally with aged and properly ripened agave plants, harvested, stone oven, brick oven.
Not only that, it was done at the same plant with the same Master Distiller that Cabo Wabo was created. Sammy went back to the core of his friendships there and decided to create this. The other really cool thing, I think, is if you go to their website, you wind up seeing the combination of both food and tequila. They do pairings of suggestions and great drinks, mixology items that they've come up with the brand, which is fun, something to investigate.
Yeah. So we couldn't find the Blanco, so we ended up with the Reposado, aged. I think it's aged in oak barrels for 8 months.
Yes.
And this black bottle is interesting. It's not a tequila, it's a Mezquila. And when they went to create their brand, they wanted to do something different, so they blended mezcal with the tequila to kind of back off on the, those really smoky notes of the mezcal, and blend it with the tequila to give it a nice, unique experience to the drinker. So we decided we'd try a bottle of those.
Yeah, Guy and Sammy both weren't mezcal people. It was just way too smoky for them. So they thought, hey, what happens if you do the combination of both? And they were actually one of the first to do this. Now it's becoming a lot more common with other celebrities actually doing it too.
So the bottles are really cool. I want to point out that both of them have this little wrap on them. So it's like it's it's like a.
Come on, Good boy.
It's a wrap that you can see through. I don't know if you can see me through there, but it's really cool.
It's transparent.
Well,
Through, yeah.
well thought out, so you can sort of see through it. All their bottles actually, so you can see the tequila in there and all that.
Very simple, elegant, and clever.
Yeah, yeah,
Walk.
and
Go
get it, baby. And the other thing I wanted to say is Santo Fino means holy, fine, holy. Santo means holy, Fino fine, and I think that's kind of like a loose way of, and you can see the crosses on the bottom. I think that's a loose way of saying like Holy Spirit or spirits, as in terms of like tequila.
Yeah.
So the whole brand was well thought out. We've tried them. We've tried Reposado. Haven't really tried the Mezquila yet, but we're going to now. So let's start with, what do you want to try first?
Just the Reposado.
Okay. We have our little kind of
Leaning shot
glasses. I know it might not be the most proper glass to drink in, but we like these glasses.
Which is
Is that enough?
Yeah, more than enough.
We have all day. So with my
Interesting.
it's got a it's a Reposado again. It's got a straw-like coloring.
Yep. Nice legs.
Very nice legs. Again, additive free.
Fruity.
I'm getting agave notes. It's a little bit of a nose burn, but not. It's not a bad thing. It's just this is
Peppery.
what it is. Peppery. Did you taste it yet?
Nope. How about you?
Nope.
Very positive.
Barrel notes. Yeah.
I'm going in.
Oh, it's really good. You know what?
Very nice.
You know, say what you want about what's up, baby.
I could drive 55 with this all day.
Yeah. Well, as a passenger, of course. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. So okay. Celebrity brand. A lot of people out there kind of like thumbs down on celebrity brands because of the they're just in it to make a buck. But I don't think these guys are in it to make a buck. I think these guys are in it to make a good tequila, and that's what they have done here. Of the tequila brands that we've tried, I'm going to say this is probably the best, if not one of them. Código is pretty good, but this is right up there with it. It's really good.
I wouldn't mind having that in the house.
Yeah,
Just
and you,
to sip on, mix drinks with. I'm sure it will be incredible. Very, very nice.
very good. And if you're going to a party or something like that, why not? And if your friends are like our friends, they're gonna be like, oh wow, Sammy Hagar, and you're not bringing them something that's really bad. It's really good, and you can tell a story. You can say it's made the traditional way, but it's kind of cool because of Sammy Hagar and all that. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish that off.
What's the price point on this one? Do you know?
I do know. The Reposado was around $45 to $50, so it's not cheap, but it's not horribly expensive either. I think the Casamigos or even 818 celebrity tequilas are way more, and not as good in terms of its value of the traditional ways of making tequila. Now let's jump into the Mezquila, black bottle. Oop, I'm not gonna. We are not big mezcal fans.
No.
One, because they vary all over the place in terms of how they're made, with what they're made, and there's like a big range of flavoring and everything. At least with tequila, you kind of know
The hub you're in,
the
yeah.
lane you're in. That's right.
And you get the vanilla, the caramels, the fruit, the agave forward, and we're kind of happy there.
So this being a Mezquila, I'm expecting some smokiness to it, which we're not a fan of. I know she's really not a big fan, but we'll try it. We'll let you know.
Given it's 50-50.
Right off the bat. Right off the bat, it's got smoky notes.
I've had a lot harder ones. This is actually fairly light.
It is. You know what it smells like to me? If you ever had
Leather.
Well, yes, leather, or even if you open up a brand new bottle or any bottle of Tabasco Chipotle version, that's kind of what I'm getting. That smoked Chipotle, which is basically smoked jalapenos.
Here, smell this. You got to sniff it 20 times. Oh my God, he wants to go in.
No, I don't think
he's not repelled.
Oh, maybe he'll like it.
I don't know.
Well, let's taste it. See what goes on. It's interesting. It's different. If you're a mezcal lover, you might like it. I'm not going to throw it out. I'm not going to pour it down the drain. I don't think I'll ask her if she wants any. She's clearly not happy with it.
I've had others. I'm open to trying, and of the others that I've had, this is much more manageable
because
given its split, its cut.
It's a blend with tequila. Yeah, I will agree with that. Yes.
I do have a coating, a light coating of like a smokiness on my tongue.
Not horrible though.
No.
You know, it could grow on me.
In a mixed cocktail, it could be really interesting. Adding some orange or grapefruit or something, lime combo. It could be really interesting.
It could be even interesting in a one of those spicy margaritas.
Yeah.
You know, maybe with some muddled jalapenos or something like that. That could be really good.
Yeah.
You know, put some salt or tahini on the edge.
I wouldn't drink it, but
No, but
it's totally, yeah.
No. I was going to say that I'm okay with this. I'm not going to drink this all night long, but you know, like with beers, I'll drink one or two Guinnesses, but then I'll go back to like something lighter. This is kind of like the same thing in my mind, where you know, one or two, it's good. It could grow on me, I think. All right.
Yeah,
It
it's
could,
very interesting.
and like this one, if you're going to go like to a party or something like that, want to bring a gift, it's interesting enough to bring.
Great story.
Because it's a good story. It's got that blend, mezcal, tequila, mezquila. It's unique, all that.
And it's a beautiful quality product.
Yeah, it is. Wow, something's good. Maybe he's. Yeah, I think he might have got a scent of this mezquila. But Sammy, Guy, wow.
Well done.
Nice job. Again, we're not in love with all the celebrity tequilas, but I think this one will be one of the ones
Highly recommend.
that we will highly recommend.
Yep.
Probably up there, upper 70s, low 80s on the tequila matchmakers.
Want to get the Blanco.
You've got to get the Blanco. Again, thanks Karen at Carlos and Pepe's in Fort Lauderdale on Southeast 17th Street there, very close to the beach.
Great fajitas.
Yes, especially the scalp fajitas. So I think that's it, right?
Yep. Did you do the price point of the mezcal?
The
Mezquila.
Mezquila was around $40, so it's a lot less than the Reposado, but affordable, definitely
Worth trying
doable,
for $40.
worth trying, worth putting on your shelf amongst your other bottles of tequila. And Alexa, continue.
Salud.